Hey, it's Bob Nagin.
And Susan Nagin.
And in this episode of Real Retail TV, you're going to learn 8 different ideas that we shared in a live Facebook event we did this week. These are ideas that you can use immediately in your business. And the event was there to promote the Virtual Retail Success Summit.
Imagine Main Street.
Imagine Main Street. And right now, if you register, right now, you not only save $500, but you get a chance to win $1,000. So you can click on the link below and learn more about the Retail Success Summit, retailsuccesssummit.com. But it's going to be an awesome event. You're going to really, really want to be there.
Why did you stare at me? We're going to talk about eight things in 4 different broad categories that you can pick up today and start to do these things to get control and take action regardless of economic ups, economic downs. It doesn't matter. You guys can do these things and immediately start to gain traction in your business.
Yes, and one of the things that we're going to talk about a little later, but I'm going to sort of start with this, is this idea of always respond to stress with action.
That's the last thing.
I know, but I'm gonna start it, and you know what I'm doing.
You're bookending.
I'm bookending.
Oh,
it.
you're so smart.
Little speaker's trick
okay,
here,
there
right?
we go. All
tell
right.
them what they're going to learn, then tell them what they learned.
All right,
we're
going to do 3 marketing ideas. We're going to talk about 3 like almost instantaneous, cheap, fast marketing ideas that you can use to drive some traffic. So, go ahead.
Number 1, activate the Piña Colada principle. And for years, I've been teaching that you're responsible for your traffic. You know, Chamber of Commerce isn't responsible. Your vendors aren't responsible for coming up with a hot toy or whatever you sell. The name of the game is you need to drive traffic. And so I taught this concept for years, but then Misha Seto, who's been our friend for years and years, she has 12 or 13 stores in Lewis, Delaware, and it's a beach business.
Beach town,
and
yep.
Whenever it rains, she serves pina coladas, right? The rain typically suppresses traffic. Not for Misha. Misha gets more traffic when it rains because she has a great idea. She created her own traffic. And so I took it from you're responsible for your own traffic, which is boring, to the Piña Colada principle. And the Piña Colada principle says there's always something you can do to drive traffic.
Can I give you another example of the
sure,
Piña Colada?
Of course.
So Misha pours Piña Coladas when it's raining. That's her thing. Our friend Kelly Larson, right here in Grand Haven,
Hey, it's
Michigan.
her birthday too.
It is her birthday.
Happy
birthday,
Kelly,
Kelly Larson, if
watching.
you're watching. She's definitely one of our favorite retailers here in Grand Haven, Michigan. She has an ice cream store in Michigan, and it's open all year round. And so what she does in the winter, when it's snowing, she offers a discount on her ice cream cones. So it's the same idea. Like you have an adversity, something that's maybe going wrong. What's your antidote?
Be the
speedboat. What's your antidote? What's your Piña Colada? Maybe if you're a toy store, if it's raining, you have a Mancala tournament every time it's raining in your store, or I don't know. What's the thing that you can do?
Mancala, that's a bad blast from the past.
I love that game, right? It's fun. It would be fun to have a Mancala tournament. So what's the thing that you can do to immediately send out an email, post on Facebook, and get people into your store? That's your Piña Colada.
That's a Piña. So our friend and mentor, Randy Gage, says There's no shortage of money. There's only a shortage of ideas. You're smart, creative people. Find the idea, make things happen, employ the Piña Colada
In the
principle.
chat, if this has sparked an idea, like what are you going to do? What's your Piña Colada principle? Put it in chat. Let's see what it's going to be.
All right, there we go. Number 2, send a thank you card to your top 100 customers. Just you and your team, when there's nobody in the store, start writing cards. People love a handwritten card. You'll make it even better and more powerful if you put a gift certificate with it. Not a coupon, a gift certificate. So that's another idea that
Do you have to ask them to come in and buy something in the card, Bob?
What's that?
Should you ask them to come?
No, you shouldn't. This should just be a thank you.
Yeah.
You just, hey, thank you. What you're doing is you're showing your appreciation, you're showing gratitude. The gift certificate is an implied, come on in and spend this.
Sure.
But, at some level, gratitude, building that emotional bank account that we talk about is super, super important. So
imagine if you send a thank you card to your top 100 customers, how much stronger the bonds are with your company, how many of them are going to come in and shop with you right away just because they got a reminder about you.
Yeah. And
try this one.
So, and if you send out 100 cards, my guess is that, especially if you send out a gift certificate with it, a sincere handwritten thank you, what percentage do you think would be redeemed?
I think 20%, which is massively high.
Yeah,
is that what you think?
I was going to say 30, because these are your top 100 customers.
Yeah.
So anyway, good. Okay, let's go on to the
2 points that he said. I want to emphasize: handwritten thank you note. Don't just print a thank you letter and sign it. Write the thank you note. That makes a big difference. Personal, genuine thank you.
These are relationships.
Yeah.
So the final thing is to walk your business district with gift certificates. So, and if you don't, if you're not in a traditional downtown, every town has business districts, strip centers, things like that. And we're not going to go into the nuts and bolts of gift certificate marketing. If you have the retail mastery system, you know all about it. If you've been part of this community for any amount of time, you know that gift certificate marketing, just giving somebody a gift certificate, with only one line of fine print, please, only one gift certificate per person, is a powerful way to drive traffic. Respond to stress with action. Get out, print up some gift certificates, walk up and down the street, walk into businesses, introduce yourself, give gift certificates to the owner, to whoever you talk to.
To the lawyer's office, the accountant's office, the dentist's office, the chiropractor office, whatever.
Everybody,
Yeah.
But just get them out there like hotcakes. Get people in the store. The other thing that happens, and I'm not trying to be metaphysical here, but there's something about it. When you start to hustle, the universe sort of shifts for you, right? And it just starts to work. Yeah. So these are 3 ideas that you can do.
Hustle. This is all about hustle, right?
Shoe leather marketing.
Hustle.
Get out there. Get the hustle going.
Good. All right. We're going to move on to buying. Buying. So these are a couple of ideas that you can use in your buying strategies that are going to help you do 3 things. Hopefully maintain merchandise flow. Really important right now. Maintain your cash flow, and really try to keep your customer focused lens on your merchandise assortment as you go. So 3 quick things. The first one, we talked about Misha Seto. This one comes from our friend Lisa Roberts, and this was when we were in the midst of COVID, and she was having trouble with her, with her merchandise flow and and so we had a long conversation with her. She was starting a toy store. She was opening her toy store in the middle of COVID. And she's like, I don't know what I'm getting. I'm like, okay, here's what you're going to do. And this is what I suggest you do. Start a vendor scorecard. Just create a spreadsheet. And you're going to start to create a vendor scorecard that just has some key metrics about each one of your vendors so that where you need to go to get your highest margin. So you, like, on your scorecard, create a scorecard that has things like total sales, margin percentage for each vendor, gross margin return on inventory investment. If you've got the retail mastery system, go look up that stat in the financial management module. Gross margin return on inventory investment. For every dollar that you spend, how much do you get out from that vendor? And then what is the, you can just do, some of them can be objective, like these scoring. Like, how important is this vendor to you overall in your business? So start to do a vendor scorecard so that you can really, really pay attention to and focus on buying and creating the best relationships with the vendors that have the biggest impact on your business. Okay, so start to create a little vendor scorecard. And, do you have anything you want to say about that?
No. I think that's absolutely perfect. And especially when supply chains get a little wonky, and they may because of tariffs. Today is, there's going to be a big announcement today about tariffs. We don't know what's going to happen.
Yep.
But being very in tune with your inventory is so important. And the second thing we want to talk about here is your relationships with your vendors becomes even more important.
Yep.
Don't treat your vendors like
adversaries.
You really need them. And when you treat them with respect and dignity, they're going to treat you with respect and dignity. We learned this when we sold yo-yos. I mean, everybody wanted yo-yos. We took such good care of our vendors, and we were always the first order off the dock. So do this. Be very, it's very important.
So tactically, what I think you need to do with this idea about creating strong vendor partnerships, after you've created your scorecard, now you've got maybe your top 10, your top 20 vendors, the ones that you know are key and critical for your merchandise flow. Get on the phone, not an email, not a text. Get on the phone and start having serious conversations with your vendors. And one of the first questions I want you to ask them is, what can I do to help you? Guys, they are feeling the same stress and uncertainty and all the things that we're feeling. So ask them, how can I help you? What do you need me to do? Because we talk all the time about givers get, right? So find out what your partners need, and then don't be afraid to ask for what you need also, so that you're in exchange. But the idea is really have that person-to-person conversation, and start to build those strong bonds now. Full
there
stop.
You go. Good. The final thing with inventory is go narrow and deep. Now is the time to be fully stocked in your best sellers, so that when your customers need what you sell, now's not the time. You can try a little pockets of things, but be very, very strategic about your inventory management. Now let's move on. Now let's talk about the number one thing we believe that you should do when times are uncertain, and that is focus on every single customer who comes into your store and maximizing every opportunity. And that comes with sales training.
Yep.
Now, we have the Retail Sales Academy. That's our recommendation, is that you sign up for the Retail Sales Academy and get your team through it and do all those things. But we know that not everybody's going to do that. So, but do some sales training. Have a meeting, talk to your people about what you have, what are the key features and benefits. If you have some selling skills, share it with them. But really, really focus on building the average ticket. The average ticket's going to be so important when times are uncertain, because this is the traffic you already have. So selling is so important. And the final thing here is your mindset. Did you have something you wanted to say?
Yeah, I was going to say something, but that's okay.
But we're already running behind.
I know. Only by a minute.
Okay.
Go ahead.
2 minutes.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. No, you go ahead.
I was just going to say, in terms of selling, I just want to say this one thing is that, look, guys, if you've got somebody in your store, you can't afford not to have that every single interaction be amazing. You can't afford it. You can't afford to lose an item off that sale. You can't afford to lose that sale. And if it's a crummy, interaction, you can't afford to lose that customer. So you have to focus on that individual salesperson customer interaction.
Yeah, and just ask yourself, Or better yet, you and your team members go out into your town and go shopping and have everybody come back and say, hey, what kind of experience did you have? Because chances are you're going to have a whole bunch of really, really bad experiences. And that becomes the starting point for conversations about, let's not be that store. Let's be the store where people get a
You're
great
stepping on my toes
experience.
here, babe, for my retail rumble. So shh.
Oh, I guess I knew that.
Yes, you did know that.
Mommy and Daddy are fighting. Can I have some more water on me, please? All right.
All right.
Okay, there
hope
we go.
you liked. So that was 8. And then the last one was always respond to stress with action.
Yeah. And I want to add one more thing about that. You know, when things get uncertain, double down on your stress reducing whatever you do. You know, I mean, when you get stressed, go for a walk. Do the things that help you feel calm. Do the things that help you feel centered. Do the things that help you stay positive and optimistic.
Yeah, but taking action is one of the things that's going to do that.
Absolutely. I hope that you found those 8 tips helpful. And the idea of always respond to stress with action is so important. And in this case, the response I'm asking you to consider is to register for the Retail Success Summit. Right now, until the end of the month, you can save $500.
Woo-hoo.
You get a better than money back guarantee. If you're not thrilled with the Retail Success Summit, at the end of day 1, we'll give you all of your money back plus $500. We have a great lineup with some great speakers. You will leave inspired. You will leave with an action items list that you can take and use in your business. Register today. You'll be glad you did.